This is what I've been waiting for all of my Spanish flag vines. You are going to see lots of extra flowers in my yard from now on. There's some on my vine on the fence. Oh, if there's one, they're everywhere. Yes. I looked through all of the leaves over there on the fence and did not see any blooms for the Spanish flag vine. There's a few potential, and I didn't see any moonflower blooms yet, but there are heavenly blue morning glory blooms, buds everywhere. So one way or another, that's gonna have a lot of flowers soon. This early morning light, it's funny, it's hard for me to see in, but it's something about the iridescence and the way it lights up everything that really camera phones or phone cameras really show things brightly. So I use this camera for the early morning shots, and then when it gets that kind of just really bright light out where you can't really see things in the plants, I have to use my other camera. But the flowers do show up bright. Time to deadhead again. Time to change the nectar in the feeders. This time, this is the 5th day. It's been in the 40s at night, 40s and low 50s, and a high of 81 degrees late in the afternoon. And this is the longest I've left their nectar. But I have appointments tomorrow, and I will change their nectar here in an hour or two before it gets warm, so that I make sure that it's good for them. I don't want to lose them this time of the year, right before all their other favorite flowers bloom. This whole mass is about to all be blooms. I do not know what is making them turn that color. I gave them extra fertilizer one day and poured it on the back of them, and some of them turned yellow and brown and crispy, and I have tried not to overwater them, and I've tried to make sure they have enough water, but it's been rainy and not so sunny. But I do have hummingbirds, and these are the salvias that put off new blooms every morning. By late afternoon, between the bees and the hummingbirds, a lot of these blooms will be off on the ground, the little ones. This variety. The hot lips, they stay on until they're knocked off. Wish I had more space for the lantana. It would be a lot bigger plant. It's kind of in the shade between the two. red salvia, the big stuff here, those blooms stay on a lot longer in the day unless the bees knock them off or the birds. I don't know how long exactly they last, but I know that they keep replenishing more blooms as they go, so it just keeps going up the stem until they get longer and longer and longer, and way at the end. My problem is when I go to deadhead, I know that I need to get rid of some of these long stems so it'll produce some new ones. But I hate breaking off flowers. It's just something you gotta do if you don't see any new shoots with new blooms coming up. Because if you don't, one day you'll kind of get to the end and there'll be less and less flowers. And I don't know if that tree blight is what's messing with my plants or not, or if it's all the grasshoppers spreading stuff. I sure don't like to see this in my salvia though. Anyways, I'm gonna do some checking, see what I can do to fix that. Grasshoppers were getting on this, and I did put some systemic bug killer on these big leaves. Hummingbirds don't eat the leaves, they don't get near the leaves. And I did see a grasshopper on the ground after he was trying to eat the plant, but they have eaten the leaves off, and a lot of my canna lilies aren't doing very good because they've eaten and eaten and eaten all the leaves. So I haven't wanted to put any bug stuff on my plants because I don't want to mess up my hummingbirds. I don't want to make them sick at all. And I'm not sure what I can use. I just the grasshoppers are horrible this year, and they sure have done a lot of damage to my plants. Hummingbirds chasing each other around the feeders. He's wanting to take a bath. The other hummingbird is messing up his piece. I'll watch for a few and see if he comes back. Trying to catch up with them, chasing each other where you can see them. You can tell the difference between the mature hummingbirds and the little babies. The little babies don't know how hard they have to push yet to get the nectar out of the flowers. You see them trying to get their beak in there, and they push the plant halfway across the pot just to try to get some. The adults know to go to the back side of the feeders where you can't see them. And they know just exactly which angle to put their beak in the flower to get the nectar. Hardly move the plant. Well, I'm going to take advantage of the cool air and go deadhead some of these so that the flowers keep staying or keep looking good, and have fresh flowers for the hummingbirds as well as for pictures. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Just got the notification from YouTube about them dropping the qualifications down to 500 from 1,000 subscribers. I've had a lot of things happen in life, with my husband being injured in a trucking accident and us waiting for 3 years for him to heal so that he could go back to work at the age of 67. And it's been a long time, and it's definitely affected just health and well-being, not being able to walk around and not being able to stand up and get out of shape that way. Especially when your wife cooks and you've been an over-the-road trucker for so long that you just enjoy being home and having real food. And anyways, kind of sabotaged us. But these flowers and hummingbirds have been a sanctuary for me, and my husband's getting so he really enjoys watching them. Our own air show every morning. And just a peaceful garden, a place to sit down and rest and smile. Smiling is really good for your health. And I'm glad the hummingbirds' nectar is still good. If it wasn't, they wouldn't be drinking it. They'd get close and they'd act like it was smelled bad or something, and then they just back up, kind of fly at it and fly away. But I can tell when they sit down and drink it like that that it's still real good. Anyway, I am at 492 subscribers. And I know they don't pay a lot for commercials, and I've never sold stuff on my channel. I had a guy ask me if I would promote his cups so that people could make their own photo cups with my pictures. I'm not sure what kind of cups he had. If it was a cup I liked, because I like my coffee. And my family, a lot of them drink tea. So I like a real pretty cup. But I wasn't sure that those cups looked like that, so I haven't done anything with that. But let me know if you would enjoy some photo cups. I definitely have photos of Colorado and wildlife, and I have big game as well as little ones, but I have lots of hummingbird pictures. Lots of good hummingbird pictures. And look at the slideshows and tell me if that's something that you would like to be made available. Holidays are coming, and if you would, I might do something with that. But in the meantime, I just thank you for watching the videos, sharing them with me. You know, giving me some friends when I have to stay home all the time. I've been pretty much stuck at home for most of 3 years. Just haven't been able to afford to go to the mountains and things all the time like I like. So being able to watch the birds in my own yard has been a big blessing, and being able to communicate with my subscribers and people that leave nice comments has been a lot of fun. And I've had a lot of hummingbird bird bath customers, so that's helped us survive. So anyways, this channel has helped, and you've helped, even though YouTube has never paid. But it would be cool if, you know, it didn't have to wait for another 500 subscribers. Anyways, I appreciate every one of you. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed. I'm not one to tell you to subscribe, but if you do like the content and you want to be able to know when I post something worth seeing, then if you push the subscribe button, then it'll just tell you. Or you'll be able to see if you go to YouTube, if I have new videos. It'll show you the latest. So have a great day. And on my playlists, I do have special playlists for bird baths, for birds and bird baths, for the hummingbirds, for the slideshows, just different pictures with music of the hummingbirds. And anyways, I try to add them to the playlist, but it does take a little time, and lately I've been doing resumes and trying to help my husband apply online for jobs. So it's eaten up some of my time, but we're going to try to fix these yellow leaves. I'm not sure what to do. Too much nitrogen will make these plants not bloom, and they finally have buds on them. They finally have little blooms that are going to bloom. This is a Spanish flag vine, and hummingbirds love the blooms. So waited a long time. They've been growing since the end of April, mid-May. They reseeded, came back, and I planted them in different pots. And some, I've got one big bunch that are just growing on the ground over there, because they reseeded from that one little pot over there that has those. So anyway, I will be back with more pictures. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.